こんにちは、チャートマスターの根崎ゆきです。3月28日、木曜日のセッションにガッとっていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。それでは始めていきましょう。
You'll end up being a nice trade in here for those who took it. It ended up being pretty sweet. All right. So right now, is there any trade to the downside? All right. We're in a downtrend, pretty strong downtrend. Is there any trade to the downside?
ユーロドルトレードした人はいいトレードになったんではないでしょうかと。ダウンサイド、下の方に行ってます。僕も売りましたけども、HSI プラス点々で、プラマイゼロで僕は終わっちゃいましたね。残念。
Nothing here, because we're going to slam into the 3700, so it's really only that big. And then we hit the day chart bottom. Nothing here. Yeah, but man, it's 90 pips away. Yeah, but there's no trade in here. There's no trade. Wow. 90 pips and you can't find a trade. Not a target trade. You can find 1,000 5 to 8 pip trades in there, but you can't find a target trade in there. All right. So we are trending to the downside. One of the nice things about it, as you can see, look at this histogram. The moving average of the MACD is inside the bars, telling you we're trending to the downside. See? That's another visual. All right? It's not tradable. It's just a visual. All right? MACD keeps saying we're still trending to the downside. You see that? All right. So no trade on the pound, on the euro. The pound, however, has a trade. All right? They've come back up to the top. They couldn't find enough sellers. They've come back up to the top. All right? This is where the sellers will be up in here. If they sell it off, do we want to sell it off right now? Is this the right time of day to trade to sell the British pound? 20 minutes before the market closes. No. All right, so we have to look for this trade later. All right, so tonight, maybe in the Singapore, maybe in the Asian, and maybe in the London, we'll be looking for those.
ポンドドルです。ポンドドル今跳ね返ってきて売り手見つけました。ここから売りたいですよねと。でも今ちょうどもうニューヨークの前半が終わるところなので売るんじゃなくて、ロンドンとか、アジアマーケットで売っていきたいよねと。
Two trades to the downside. We're in a downtrend. Same thing here. You can see the moving MACD, moving average, broke out of here on this up move, and then down. We're trending to the downside. You can see the MACD is lower, so we're looking for it to go to the downside. So those are the two trades. The snowman right there. We want those two trades. All right. I'm going to bring this right down to here, and this one down to here. All right. Now, on this one right here, you're going to have to be very careful because it's going to hit the 5050. So this probably won't be able to be taken down here because of the 5050 even number. And then you got too many targets here, so I don't think you'll be able to get that one at all. So you just have to manage it through there. But you can take the trade off the top. If this turns, you can take the trade off the top, down through here, double your position when you get the break of the rectangle, and then all the way down to the S4. All right, it's the real estate of the day is how you got to figure it out. Yeah, but you said take it above the line here. No, I just looked at it and said I can't take it because I only got 11 pips here. I can't do that. See, you got to figure that out. When you're all by yourself in front of the computer, you're the guy who has to, or girl who has to figure that out. And if you don't do that and you trade right into it and it bounces right up and you go, oh, the doggone broker stopped me out again. No, he didn't. All right, CAD, we're waiting also. You see moving averages down. We're waiting for a trade to the downside. We've had one that was fundamentally driven. All right. The only trade on the CAD is if we get back up to the top, we can trade it back down here, or we get down below this line, break hook and go, and we can trade it down here.
ドルカナダです。ドルカナダは今ブレイクして、ブレイクじゃなくて戻ってきて、で跳ね返ってきたところを売るか、下にブレイクしてフックして5のどっちかしかもう考えられないですよねと。
Those are the only two trades, 1 and 2. All right, so no trade unless it does that or that. So you got to figure out what the currency has to do before you even look for a trade. That's why the structure of the market is so important. All right. Yeah, but man, I just looked for an arrow and a painted candle. I want to push the button.
You push the button. I didn't tell him to push the button. Did you tell him to push the button? I didn't tell him to push the button. I didn't tell him to push the button. You should just go push the button. You don't go around pushing straight buttons. I know you. Don't push the button.
Don't push the button unless it does 1 or 2. Right? There are no other trades. Swifty, we're waiting for the breakout up to the top. We've got a lot of concern here though, because if it can't break, it does break a little bit and comes up, we'll have a head and shoulders, or we may have a triple top. All right, so we can't trade this.
ドルフランはヘッド&ショルダーかもしくはトリプルトップが見えていますと。 まあちょっと今トレードできないですよねと。
Until we get above this triple top. All right? Once we get above the triple top, then we can do this. But they could very
まあトレードできるのはトリプルトップを抜けてから、上に抜けてからトレードしたいねと。
easily start selling dollars to the downside, and this will never happen. Right? We don't know what they're going to do. They have an agenda. Our job is just to figure out what they're doing, and once we figure it out, trade with them. All right? So if they decide they're going to sell dollars all of a sudden, let's go look at dollars and see what they're doing right now. They're not doing much of anything, but it's just going sideways here. Could they buy them? Yes. Could they sell them? Yes. If they sell them, boom, that Swissy is not going to happen. All right. Dollar yen, until we get a bottom put in here and get this trade up to the upside, there's nothing to do. We're in a corrective measure. We got a 1, 2, 3 ABC right now. Okay, we could get a 4, 5 too. That's very real possibility also down in the day chart bottom, and then look for bounce up. And once we get this thing going to the upside, we'll really be interested in this dollar yen. Okay, because it's the fifth wave. All right, so the fifth wave is right up here. The third wave and the fifth wave typically match in size. So you just measure from there to there, and whatever this one it starts is going to do the same thing. That's what they typically do. Do they have to? No. But that's what we'll
これドル円ですね。まあドル円は1、2、3、4、5が見えているのと、まだもうちょっと、今ダウンサイドですけど、もうちょっと経ってからやっていきたいねと。
plan for. We got lots of upside potential here. We want the upside potential. We don't want to trade in the junk down here.
まあ今ジャンクなのでアップサイドになってきたら上方向に行ってきてから買っていきたいねと。
$90. Will we get a breakout or will we get a buy? That's to be determined. Right now we don't know yet, but we're prepared for either one. If we get the breakout, we'll break, hook and go. We're looking to come down to this bottom right here where there's a PSR to the downside. Right? If it breaks and goes up here, very hard to get a trade on here, but you might base on real estate. And once you get the trade here, you're going to trade it up through here, and then there's your two trades up here. All right. So what would have to happen? They have
まあオージードルなんですけど、下に抜けるか上に行くかどっちか、まあ反応があったらやっていきたいねと。
to start selling dollars. If they start selling dollars, we'll look for the buys. All right. So that's a real possibility, both of those, but especially the buy. All right. Euro yen, we know they have divergence in the market. We're still looking for maybe one more move to the downside to finish this off. And if we get it, we're going to take it. All right. But if we don't, and it comes down here and it pops here like this, we'll have a head and shoulders, and then we'll know that we're probably going to the upside. All right.
ユーロ円ですが、もう一段階下がるかもしれません。そうしたら乗っていきたい、売っていきたいね。でももしここのサポートで跳ね返ってくることもありますし、そしたらヘッド&ショルダーなので、そしたら見送りましょうねと。
So we don't want to miss this opportunity here if it happens. So we're very, very cautious about it right now. All right. So, all right, that's it on the EJ. All right. So, and it could turn right here. So, remember, to put in the shoulder, they're going to have to come down 50 pips. So you can get in the trade even if it is the right shoulder. You can get in the trade to the downside if it's the right shoulder, but as you get near this where the left shoulder is, you move your stop tight because that could be all that she wrote. See? And if you push it on through, then you're in good shape for the rest of the trade. Double your position down here.
まあこのユーロ円今右肩ができそうですけど、右肩ができるまであと50ピップありますから入れますけども、まあその後やっぱり入った方が安全ですよねと。で、この右肩を割ってきて、下に下がってきたら売って、で、これ黄色抜けてきて、またブレイクしてったら売り増していくっていうのが一番いいですよねと。
Pound yen, all right. Working a bear flag right now. It's still a selling sign right now. Still a sell sign, all right. But again, same thing. We could come down here and do a head and shoulders right in here. We know we have divergence. We just don't know if we got one more move down in here or not. We do not want to miss the one more move to the downside. 60 minutes. The only you fit.
まあポンド円です。これ下がってきそうですけども、まあそうしたら見逃したくないよねっていうことを言ってます。まあ同じくヘッド&ショルダーも見えそうですと。
Figure out the chart, the moves on a chart that the big boys use. The big boys use the 240 and the 60. Therefore, no, we do all our analysis on a 240 or a 60. See, there is no chart below that for you. All right, none. All right, except for making an entry. The only reason we're on a 10-minute chart is to find the entry. And even when we're on the 10-minute chart, the moving averages, the the MACD, all the stuff on here is not from a 10-minute chart. See, we're supposed to use a trade the 240-60. Even that's why you can't do it on MetaTrader. All right, you can't create a chart that has 240 and 60 information on a 10-minute chart on MetaTrader. So you don't even know what you're doing. You're trading the 10-minute chart on the 10-minute world. That's a scary thing to do. All right, and you can't even put a 10-minute chart on MT4. All right. So, yeah. You just go over here to this chart is normally, so thanks for that, Vice Lois Scott. Normally this is a 15-minute chart right here on the 6 aces, alright? But it is a 15-minute MACD and 15-minute candles. Over there in the Royal Flush, it's a 60-minute MACD with 10-minute candles. That's apples to oranges. We need apples to apples. So we changed this 15-minute chart up to the 60. Now we got a 60-minute MACD and 60-minute candles, alright? So, alright, over to New Zealand. New Zealand, they've been buying dollars and they're really not selling New Zealand. Everybody see that? Even though they're buying dollars, the New Zealand is not going to the downside. And they're telling you, we got a support right here. All right, so what are they trying to do? What are they trying to tell us? Remember, they're telegraphing to the world. New Zealand doesn't want to go down. New Zealand's trying to make that move right there. All right, so if you get the back...
9ドルです。今、ドルが、バインダラ、ドルが買われてるのに、キウイドルは、売られないんだよねみたいなことを言ってるんですよね。でもまあここにサポートがあって本当にしたいことはこの上まで上がっていくことじゃないかなって言ってますね。
You can trade it into the 8400, move your stop. If you measure it above here, up to the 8420, a break, hook at the 20, you're going to take it up to 78. 58 pips up here, there's 30 pips down, 40 pips here, and a 20 pip move in between here. You can't trade in this area right here. You have to be above 8420. Alright, but you can get in position down here if it bounces. If you see them start selling dollars, alright, you start looking for the opportunity on the Aussie to the upside and the New Zealand because they're in an uptrend. Aussie yen, we're really interested in the breakdown if it'll break. But as you see, this is one heck of a bottom. One heck of a bottom. If we get it, that's our opportunity.
オージー円このサポート抜けてきません。この安値割ってきたら下まで売りたいねと。
Alright, but right now she's showing us we don't have what it takes, and we know all the yens are trying to get in position for the up move. Alright, so I don't think this will happen, but I just said the worst word you can say in forex: think. You don't think in the forex, you react. You think before the market moves, and you plan it out. And once you know that, you're waiting for the reaction. That's it. Yeah, because I'm actually expecting it to go to bounce. That's it. See, it is a breakout, all right? But you can see, although it's a breakout, you know, just because we break out of a trend, we still got to take the support out for it to actually go into a downtrend. And since it hasn't taken a support out, I'm not willing to put a trend on here. Once it breaks hooks and goes, then this will be the top of the trend line. This will be the bottom of the trend line. We can see that the heart line will be running right into here. See? All right. Yeah, Herman, you don't connect it with any given. We have 35 or 40 different brokers that our traders have, right? And we prefer FXTD, but that's just a personal thing. But you trade on a separate platform. Yeah. All right, Euro Pound continuing to move to the downside. There's nothing we can do because we can't sell it at the bottom. All right, so does it have room? It's probably going to go down here to the 1270 fib. I can't trade it or I break a rule. All right, I'm not going to be a seller at the bottom. All right, I'm just not going to be a seller. So I'm going to pass on that trade, even though I know it's probably trying to go. I think it's probably going to 1270. Again, I said the worst word in forex: think. Don't think.
ユーロポンドすることないですねと。もうすでに下ボトムに近いので、まあちょっとやめとこうっていう感じですよねと。
Alright, react. Euro Aussie, same thing. We're on the bottom of the trend wall, nothing to do. Euro CAD, they are interested in the Euro CAD. Alright, they are interested in this. There's about 70 pips or more down here. Well, it's one that 120 pips down here, folks. You can also see the 618 strip extension is on the day chart bottom. We're doing a bear flag right now. The break of the bear flag, we're going to let it come down to here. Alright.
ユーロオージー少し見ましたけど、同じくボトムなのですることはなし。で、現在ユーロカナダですけども、0.618、マイナス 0.618 までスペースがあって、ちょうど今現在、ベアフラッグができているので、ブレイクしてきたら売っていきたいよねっていうことですね。
break here. We got 18 pips to get our stop move to 2900. Break it to 2900. Hook back. Going to add our position there. All right. So you got 1 and you got 2 right here. That's your 2 trades to the downside. You don't trade it until it happens. Wait for your trade to come to you. CAD, same thing. We're in wedges. We got to wait till we get out of these wedges. Same with the New Zealand yen, and they're all bouncing, as you can see. All right, everything is bouncing, and this may be the bounce we've been waiting for. We've been waiting all week for the bounce on the yen.
カナダ円、そしてニュージー円、同じくなんですけども、まあ、円絡みの通貨が今、跳ね返りを待っているところですよねと。We have been waiting this week って言ってますから、もう今週ずっと待ってますよねと。で、それを待っているところですと。
We may have just got it. They may have stuck the bottom in this morning, and then now we're in a position to do the buy. All right? Now, their agenda is totally different than ours. They're not here looking for a trade. They're here to structure the market. And when they get the market structured, they will make all the pips they need to make and just move up here. But they've got to get the correction behind. So this is the correction right here. So, all right, pound New Zealand, we're waiting for the break to the downside. Take this up to the 240. We can see it. We've had a breakout of the uptrend. All right. We're going sideways. That's a good sign. We've got a double bottom here at the 8,000. So we're looking to go down to the 8,000, which is also the F7.
ポンドニュージー、ダブルボトムを狙っています。今ちょうどサイドウェイになってて、これいいサインですよねと。では抜けてきたらこの下まで売りたいし、S7 もあるので、ここを売ってきたよねと。ダブルボトムまでですと。
And you can see that is the bottom. So there's your opportunity. We've got a bear flag. You got 60 pips right here. We don't want to miss that 60 pips, but as you approach the 8,000 and maybe all the way down to 91, you're going to have your stop tight because that is a bounce point. Everybody should be able to see that's the bounce point, that's the bounce point, that's the bounce point. We're stuck inside a big box, as you can see. All right, so when we take the bottom out, we're looking to go back up to the top. All right, silver, for those of you who can, we're waiting for the buy. All right, there's no room to the downside because that's a weak chart. So we're waiting for the buy and nothing to do. They may go straight across here all the way here before they do it. All right. What is a white dot over a green candle? It means that the candle took off outside and immediately somebody came in to check it. Stop it. All right. That's what happened, Mike. Remember that information is coming down from the 60-minute chart. So when you're looking at it, you see this the 60-minute candle going up. All right. Maybe, I don't know. It's the end of the real estate of the day. That's a question that can't be answered based on on what you're asking. All right. Now the question is, we would look for a sell maybe, but if it's green candle, what does that tell us? We've got lots of buyers here. Do we want to be a seller when we still got buyers? They may be moving up to the top to find enough sellers to break it to the downside. So we want to wait for the momentum. We want to figure the currency out, figure out where the is, we'll trade it, and then wait for the RF1010 to show us we have momentum to make that 6-pip move. All right, we're not here for that 5 or 10. There's one on the GJ. Okay, let's go look at it so we can be looking at what he's looking at. Yeah. See? Well, you can see the candle is going down. All right. So, but we haven't shaken out all the buyers. All right. So we're measuring the candles back here. There's still more buyers than sellers. But big boy stuck some money in to keep this thing from going up any higher. See that? And it has to be in session, and we're out of session right now. Session's over at this point. All right. Now, that doesn't mean that if you get a breakout here right after the class, you might want to take it. All right. If you're a brand new trader, you're going to watch it. If you're a mentor trader, you know exactly what to do. And if you're a live room subscriber and you're going to be here for a couple hours and you don't mind sitting there and doing it, you might be in that trade all afternoon sideways if you take it, but you may still want to take it. All right? So it all depends on where you are in your evolution as a trader. See, and it's the year end tomorrow for yen, so we're looking to see that tonight will probably be a very good night to be trading in the Asian and the London market tonight. All right, because it's year end. All right, for all the yen. The big boys can trade over the weekend. Yeah, Bank of Japan can trade over the weekend. Yeah, and so, 28 and 29th, I got it. Yeah, but it is year end. So tonight. Oh, it's Tuesday night, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was already on Wednesday. We're on Tuesday. Sorry. Are we on Wednesday? What day is it? I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday. Okay, so we only have one more day. It's tomorrow. Friday is closed. The market's closed. Alright, so let's go over here to pound chief. Alright, we're looking for this trade above here. Alright, and you can see that if they start selling dollars, alright, they start selling dollars, the pound chief will go up there, and we don't want to miss this trade. We're going to have to be above the 44.50. Alright, there's not enough room in here to pay the pound chief with the spread. But once we get above 44.50, we're going to look for this 120 pip move up here. Yeah, big boys can trade.
もう結構訳さないでも多分これ絵を見てると分かると思うんですけど、今サイドウェイだからこれブレイクしてきたら、この高値まで行くよみたいな感じですよね。
But we can't. The 5 to 8 bankers can. The other guys can't. But you know, tier 1, they're the market makers. They make the market. They'll trade anytime they want to between themselves. All right, pound Aussie. We got a bear flag. We're looking for the break of the bear flag, break, hook, and go. We're looking to come down to here for the first trade and the second trade to the day chart bottom. Watching the 4400 even number and the 50 right in here. All right. So it has to break and hook, and you have to get it up here in order to trade it into the 50. If you get it up here, when you break the 50, you don't have enough room to the bottom here. So you got to wait for the breakout below here. That's a 24. Break, hook, and go. You can add a position there. Move your stop to break even by 4400. Hang into the S7. If you break the S7, make another trade down to 43.28. All right. So because we're not.
ポンドオージーブレイクホック&ゴーでストップ下げながら取っていきましょうっていうことを言ってますね。
We're not watching price action, even. We're watching price action in the price of the candle, but we're watching the momentum. What are the traders really doing? When they're red, they're selling. When they're green, they're buying. Very simple. The candle can be coming down, but they're buying. All right. There's still tons of buyers in this candle right here. But the candle's going down, but there are tons of buyers here. We don't get fooled by them and price action. We watch price action over here, but that's not the key here. We have not shaken out the buyers. All right? If it breaks, hooks, and goes, this thing's going to turn into a bright red candle and go, just like it did over here. All right? So, for instance, right here, on this up move. All right? See, we got lots of green candles. We got lots of green candles. All right? Then we broke. What happened? That's where the follow-through came. Below the moving average, that's where the follow-through came to drive the currency down. Then what do we get? Another bear flag. Where did the buyer came in right here, the sellers came in right here and drove it right through. They broke, hooked, and went. Right there. See? That's what they did. So pay attention. And if you don't know all that stuff, then you have to spend some time.
ポンドオージーはベアフラッグできてブレイクして、ベアフラッグできてブレイクして、またベアフラッグできてるのでブレイクしたら売りたいねっていう感じですよねと。
On the chart. All right. So here's the rule of thumb for those of you new. For every hour you spend live trading, you need to spend 3 hours paper trading. It's a 1 to 3 ratio. And you go, paper trading? I hate paper trading. That's how you're going to learn to trade. All right. You're not going to learn in a live room. You get a guide through the forest in a live room. Where you learn to trade is on your own paper trading in the past, where you can go back and you can find a move that you can see, you can spot here and say, okay, I got to figure out how I would have traded that. And that's what you're doing. And it's not demo trading. It's actually doing the work in the charts. Okay, I got to pull back here. I got to set twins. I'm looking for a sell. Do I get the sell? Where am I going to take it to? Where's my trade? Where am I going to? You got to figure these out. All right. So you need thousands of trades. You know, we only make 12 to 15 trades a week in here. 12 to 15 trades a week is all we make in here. I always wait for retrades. Herman, let me show you why. Let me prove it to you. Let's go over here to the euro. This is a little exercise. You only have to do that. Let me go to, we'll go here. Now we go to a wild card. Go to the euro. So to see it. Okay, I want to put a 10-minute chart up here. Alright, there's a 10-minute chart, and if I have this auto scale, let me auto scale. Okay, that's 22 hours of trading. Almost a day, 22 hours. Alright, now let's start on the left-hand side over here, and let's see how many candles did not retrace. Okay, so we got one right here. Come on. One, but it did retrace over here. This one retraced here. All the way down in here. That one started, but they retraced right there. One. That one was, and they retraced here. All through here. That one took off, they retraced. They retraced, they retraced, they retraced. See, this one stopped here, but they retraced it up to there. Alright, so in 22 hours,
まあ今リトレースの見てるんですけど、ユーロドル10分でリトレースしてないキャンドルって何本あるかないですよねみたいなことですね。
Trading. Only one candle on euro dollar did not retrace. So, based on that assumption, would you say that we should wait for the retrace? See, Herman, what do you think? Yeah, but when one didn't, I should have been in it. No, you shouldn't have been in it. You see that? You shouldn't have been in it. If you miss the one that doesn't retrace.
まあ一つだけリトレースしてないんですよねと。まあでもこっちでしてるんですけども、まあつまりそのリトレースを待ってから絶対エントリーはするべきだよねと。
Don't make a strategy, don't make your methodology based on something that does once out of a 22-hour period of time. Don't make that strategy. The candles retrace. See that? So we plan on it. That's why we have a rule that says before we enter, we let it center. Why? Because the candles retrace. See? Not only that, we get a better price. See?
なので、レッドイットセンター before you enter。キャンドル、例えば売りだったら、いきなり売るんじゃなくて、ちょっと戻って、押し目つけてから売りましょうねっていうことですよね。
Alright. I don't know. I just follow the candles. I don't spend a lot of time doing that. I just watch the candles and let them tell me what to do. Right? So, and that's what happens to a lot of traders. And how would you know that? You go do it. Go take a couple of charts. Put it on a 22-minute, on a 10-minute chart. Auto scale it in the right, and you got 22 hours of time. And just see how many candles on any chart don't retrace. And then you'll figure it out. And then you'll go, you know what? If I'm not waiting for the retracement, I'm crazy. That's what will happen to you. But you don't do it because I said it. You do it because you did it. Once you did it, then you go, I know that the candles are going to retrace. See? So even a candle that breaks, okay? Here's a candle that broke right here. It broke the support and it took off, right? Took that candle right there. Let me make it big so you can see it. All right, let me make it big. All right. Here's it come. Alright, it breaks. Oh man, I ought to be in it. You sell right here near the 2800, what does it do? Comes right back up here, up to 2813. See? Alright, this one. Here's the break. It broke. Where'd it go back up to? Almost two-thirds of the way up. Right there. See? Alright? That's what they do. So once and you don't take my word for it. That's why you do the exercise. So when you do the exercise, then you know that that's what it does, and that's why. And you say, well, why do you wait for the break and the hook and the go? Because that's what it does. But it doesn't always. No, it doesn't always. But it does it 95% of the time. So I'm not going to make my methodology based on something that does 5% of the time. I'm going to base it on 95% of the time. All right, folks. Have a great day. I'll post these in about 5 minutes, and we'll see you tomorrow. Be careful. Don't forget. I left out the CJ. Oh, sorry. Where is it? No, I didn't. I just said it's in a wedge. Let's forget it for now. All right. We're in this channel. We're waiting for we got a trade above here. All right. Right up here. All right. Pound Chief. We already did this one too. We're waiting for the trade above here. Up to the day chart top right there. See that? All right. And Euro Aussie, remember it's a break out of the bear flag to the downside. Alright, see y'all later.
はい、というわけで終わりました。もうなんか今日新しいトレーダーが結構いましたよね。なんかデモトレーダー気になってたんですけど、リカルド、例えばあとはハーマンとかなんか、こういう人たちってやっぱり初心者っていうか、その入ってきたばっかりの人っていろんな質問してきますよね。まあそれは当たり前だと思うんですけど、なのでちょっと今日は時間がかかりましたけど、まあ今日はこんな感じでおしまいにしたいと思います。今日はポンドオージーと、あとなんか2、3、ありましたので、トレードアラートがまた見ておいてください。それではどうもありがとうございました。失礼します。